I gave you my heart.
Hi guys, so welcome back sa ating YouTube channel. So ito na yung ating chapter 5 para sa ating probability theory. So in this chapter, we will discuss or we will talk about the continuous random variable. So again, chapter 4, ano pinag-aralan natin? Random variable. Then specifically, nag-focus tayo sa mga properties ng random variable or nung ating discrete random variable. Then reminders lang, ano ba ang ginagamit natin dati sa ating chapter 4. So sa discrete random variable, ang importante doon is si PMF o si probability mass function. So si probability mass function is may property na kung saan yung summation ng probability mass function for n is equal to 0 up to infinity or something n is equal to 1. Okay, yun yung special property niya. Okay, so yung parang dati sa proba na ang probability ng sample space is equal to 1. So doon naman ang summation ng buong PMF from 0 up to nakasagad niyang number is equal to 1. So now, ito yung pinagkaiba ni continuous key, discrete random variable. So again, pag sinabi nating discrete, ayun yung mga counted, ayun naka-count mo na number. So sir, bakit po kasama dati yung negative 1, negative 3? Kasi count siya. Kung nabibilang ko, negative 1, ilan yun? Dalawa. Negative 2, negative 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yun yung kinakount. Okay, now, ano naman, what if naman yung i-compute natin is yung kino-consider natin na number is, for example, yung lifespan ng isang transistor, kung gaano katagal. So, hindi natin pwedeng eksakto ng tipong, okay, 35 minutes yan. Hindi siya ganun. Okay, so meron talaga siyang, minsan may seconds pa or milliseconds. What if in terms of hour? Okay, another thing, lifespan ng buhay ng isang tao. Another thing, yung travel ng train. Okay, so hindi siya eksakto. So, kunyari yung kilometer per speed o yung travel time ng train na yun. So, yung gano'n siya kabilis. So, hindi talaga siya eksakto. So, minsan may mga decimal. So, again, si continuous random variable, siya yung mga nagsosolve nung gano'n, ng pagiging continuous. Anong mga tawag dito yung mga may decimal. Okay, so, i-classify natin siya dalawang klase. Okay, so now let's have this 5.1 introduction. So, again, in this video, pag-uusapan na natin yung introduction, tas mga konting solving about dito. Okay, so now let us proceed. So we say that x is continuous random variable if there exists a non-negative function f. So again, a non-negative function f. So sir, paano ba namin malalamang negative function? So kung naalala ko, even pala yun, sorry. So a non-negative function f. So search ko na lang muna yan or sabihin ko sa mga susunod. Pero basta a non-negative function f. So meaning parang positive value. Okay, so naalala ko na negative. So sorry, nakalimutan ko. So, ano negative function f? So, meaning yung absolute value niya. Okay, so parang naka-absolute value. Okay, so define for all real x element nung isang certain interval or nung ating real number. So, meaning sa loob ng real number. So, kahit anong value sa real number, kahit pi pag gamitin ko, okay lang siya. Okay, so again, continuous siya dun. So, if there exists a non-negative function f, define for all real x element of negative infinity, infinity, having the property that for any set B of real numbers. So again, set B yung ginamit ko dito. Paano maiba? Sabi, the probability of the random variable x, which is an element of B. So again, ito yung random variable x natin, element of B, is equal to the integral of f of x dx along the set B. Okay, so in other term or in other layman's term, so ano ko ba isusulat yung ganitong part natin? For example, another term para masabi natin yan. For example, the probability of A less than or equal sa x less than or equal sa b. So meaning sa x napapalibutan yan ng AB, ng interval AB natin. So this is just equal, or we can interpret this is from A to B. Again, this is just a parang boundary. Ito yung ang ibig sabihin ng binat is parang boundary siya. So ito na yung pinaka kina. So ang boundary is from A to B. Then lagay natin yung f of x dx. Okay, so yan yung ating gagawin dito. Okay, so yung probability ng ganyan. Now, the function f is called the probability density function or the PDF. Okay, of the random variable x. So again, sa ating discrete random variable, importante si PMF dito, ang importante si PDF, si probability density function. So note, may other pang term dyan para mas madali nyo maunawaan. So may other term tayo dito. So sulat ko na lang dito, no. So yung other notation rather. So other notation is negative infinity up to infinity nung f of x dx. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin lang ng negative infinity f to infinity is simply na, ibig sabihin ng negative infinity, yung pinakamababang value na titake niya. Okay, so hindi wag mo isipin na as dahil negative infinity dapat yung negative infinity as in, no, hindi ganoon. So yung pinakamababa, so for example, interval negative 2, 5, yung pinakamababa niya o yung negative infinity niya is negative 2. Yung positive infinity, yung pinakamataas na value na pwede niya i-take within that interval is 5. Okay, so again, ayun yung dinideclare yan. So again, that is the function f is called the probability density function. So now, medyo lagyan natin ng konting pinagkaiba yung dalawa. So this is the PMF. Okay, ito si PDF. Okay, so si PMF and si PDF. So again, naalala nyo, si PMF siya ay node parang ganito, P of I. Okay, dito si PDF siya ay F of X. Okay, although minsan gumagamit din ako ng F of X dito. Note another thing, yung summation ng P of I is equal to 1. So for example, for I is equal to 1 up to n or something. Dito naman, ang summation niya from negative infinity f of x dx is equal to 1. Sorry, may dx dapat. Dx. So di na ultoksan yung magsulat. Okay, integral f of x dx is equal to 1. So again, patulad siya ni PMF na kung saan yung isa sa number 1 property niya is yung summation niya is equal to 1. Okay, so ayan yung mga bagay. So now, naglagay ako dito ng konting space kasi may ito-drawing ako mamaya dyan later on. Okay, so now let's have properties o yung mga useful properties. Kasi kung naalala nyo sa PMF, solvable natin pag ganito eh. No? Kung naalala sir, nasa-solve mo pag ganito eh. Kunyari, x is less than a, probability of x is greater than or equal to b, yung mga ganyan na solve natin. So similar case, kaya din natin siya isolve dito, pero ibang way kung paano natin isolve. Okay, kasi dati dito ina-add natin. So dito dahil ini-integrate, iba yung gagawin. So integral kasi yung nag-exist dito. So now, proceed muna tayo dito sa mga properties. So number 1 properties na syempre is something na ganito. So note that the probability of x is equal to a. Okay, so paano natin interpret? Now sir, if x is equal to a, so since napansin mo, no, so isa sa some point lang siya nag-integrate. Ano integral nun? So ano ba idea na integral? Ang idea ng integral is kumukuha ka ng area. Okay, so kung naalala nyo, ginawa natin dati sa may calculus 3, so kung napansin nyo doon, sir, ang idea po ng pag-integral is kinukuha natin yung area ng isang curve. Okay, so curve din naman yung napoform ng mga PDF dito. So dito naman, what if yung integral lang is x equal to a, so meaning sa isang point, ano integral nun? So therefore, ang integral nun is just, kung interpret mo to, this is just equal sa integral from a to a nung f of x dx. Okay, in which, ano integral niyan? So note na may property ang isa sa mga integral na kung ang boundary niya ay same, no matter what ano yung integrant yung nasa loob is just equal to 0. Okay, so ito yung property number 1. So meaning, kunyari pinakuha ko sa dito, kunyari let's say x is a continuous random variable. So pinakuha ko, what is the probability of x equal to 4? Automatic 0. Okay, so napaka importante yan. So at least may useful tayo nagagamit. So next is number 2. So I guess nasulat ko na siya dun sa taas kanina. So the probability of a less than or equal sa x. So malaking x to, random variable x up to b is just equal sa integral from a to b nung f of x dx. Okay, so ganyan naman siya i-interpret or i-solve. So sir, what if naman po? Number 3, sir, paano po pag yung probability ng x less than a? Okay, so since x less than a, note na itong part na to, probability of x less than a, ito ay just the same as probability ng x less than or equal to a. Okay, so dito sa continuous random variable, same sila ng idea, into which saan sila equal. Ito ay equal sa integral. Okay, since a yung pinakamataas, upper natin is a, tapos negative infinity, so kahit kung ano man yung pinakamalit na value na i-take niya. Okay, so this is f of x dx. Okay, so similar case pag x greater than b naman. Okay, so sir, paano naman po pag x greater than a or something? So number 4, what if po sir, probability ng x greater than a, so which is also equal sa x greater than or equal sa a. Okay, so hindi na to katulad ng dati na sir magkakaroon ng 1 minus something. Again, hindi na siya magkakaroon ng ganun. Dito kasi dahil boundary na pinag-uusapan, this is just equal. So since pinakamalit natin is a, this is a up to positive infinity nung f of x dx. Okay, so hoping na nagigets nyo yung idea ni sir about dito. Okay, so yan yung mga property. Last properties, ito nga. So na siya ay ang integral from negative infinity up to infinity nung f of x dx is always equal to 1. Okay, as long as siya ay isang PDF. Okay, so pag sinabi siya ay probability density function, pasok agad dyan. Okay, so pasok lahat yung property. Ayan. So now, let us graph yung part na to. So I guess kailangan ko mag-graph. Pakita ko lang din, no. So what is the probability ng a less than or equal sa x less than or equal sa b? Okay, so ganyan yung magiging itsura niya. So let's say ito yung ating function. So let's say ito yung graph. So something pa ganun. Okay, so for example, ito yung a, ito yung b. Okay, so yung area na to o yung part na to is yung kinukuha natin, is yung probability na tinutukoy niyan. So the probability is somewhere nandiyan dyan. Okay, so ganun yung idea ni continuous random variable. So something part na area. So yun tinutukoy nung b na yun. Yung b na yun is yung boundary kung saan man yan. Okay, so tandaan yung bagay na yan. Okay, so now, let us proceed para magkaroon tayo ng example. So, I guess, para mas maintindihan ito, syempre, kailangan natin magkaroon ng example. So, again, ito yun, probability x equal to a, automatic 0, probability ng iniipit siya, that is from a to b, whenever. So, paano sir kung less than lang, okay lang yun? So, kung less than lang din ito, okay lang din yun. Okay, so sir, paano po kung greater than? So, bagbaliktad. So, I guess, wala pa naman tayo nakitang ganun kahit dun sa discrete random variable o sa kahit anong probability natin dati. Okay, so next is dito. And ito, then ito. So tandaan yung mga properties. Ayan. So proceed na tayo dito. So for number 1 example, para dito, so suppose that x is a continuous random variable whose probability density function is given by f of x is equal to, so that is a piecewise function, c is equal to 4x minus 2x squared whenever x is in between 0 and 2. Okay, so dyan siya nagat. And 0 otherwise. So ano ibig sabihin? Kunyari f of 3. F of 3 automatic, yung probability nun, kunyari, let x be a continuous random variable, then pina-evaluate sa'yo is probability o f of 3. Therefore, the probability is automatic 0. Kasi wala siya sa loob ng ating boundary. Okay, kasi never siya mag-exist on, wala siyang chance na pumasok doon. Okay, so meaning, ito yung ating boundary. So usually, yung given dito talaga is naka-piecewise function. Okay, then, laging dalawa. So again, ito yung tanong. What is the value of c for number 1, or for letter A rather? For letter B, find the probability of x greater than or equal to 1. So ito medyo tricky siya, no? Pero basically ito ay somewhat properties lang. Okay, so sinabi, since x is a continuous random variable whose probability density function is given by this. Okay, so ano yung una mong pumapasok sa'yo? So since ang goal natin is hanapin natin yung c. Okay, so since alam ko siya ay continuous random variable, tapos may density function or probability density function given by that function. Ngayon, ano sabi ng property? Sir, ang sabi mo po, sir, katulad po ni PMF, si PMF, kung siya ay PMF automatic, that is equal to 1. Now, kung siya ay PDF automatic, that is also equal to 1. So, may idea tayo na siya ay equal to 1. Now, for letter A, ito yung letter A, no? Lagay ko letter A. Okay, since F is a probability density function, since F is a PDF, okay, then we have this property number 5. So we have the property number 5, which is the integral from negative infinity up to infinity ng f of x dx is equal to 1. Okay, so ano yung tinutukoy ng negative infinity? Yung pinakamababang number na pwede nyo i-take, then yung pinakamataas na number para dun sa positive infinity. So now, ano yung function natin? Ang PDF natin is something na c 4x minus 2x squared. Tapos ito yung boundary from 0 to 2. So since ayun yung idea, therefore, so gamit tong idea na to, anong gagawin natin? Kukunin natin yung integral, okay, from 0 to 2. So that is from 0 to 2 nung function, which is c tapos 4x minus 2x squared then dx, tapos equate natin sa 1. Okay, so again, ang goal kasi natin sa hanapin si C. Now, since si C is a number, so alam natin na siya ay number, hindi siya variable, again, siya ay number. So automatic lalabas natin yung C sa loob na integral. Okay, so labas natin yung C dito. Then integral from 0 to 2 ng 4x minus 2x squared dx, which is equal to 1. Now, integrate natin to by the use of power rule. Okay, so by power rule, integral ng 4x, so this is just C. Then by power rule, integral ng 4x is just 4x squared over 2. Tama, kasi lalabas yung 4, yung x, integrate mo yun by power rule, that's x squared over 2. So this is just 4 over 2 x squared minus, so since 2x squared siya ay magiging naman 2 over 3. So this is 2 over 3 then x cube. Tapos lagay natin yung boundary, which is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2, which is equal sa 1. Okay, so now solve natin. So since 0 na yung isa, okay na tayo dyan. So hindi na natin kailangan gamitin yung isang boundary dyan. Okay, so yung x is equal to 0, automatic i-absorb na lang yung value ng x na yan, mawawala na. So pwedeng 2 na lang yung substitute natin. So this is just equal sa C. Tapos this is something 2 na lang to, no? So this is just equal sa 2 yun. Then palitan natin yung x squared ng 2. Okay, minus 2 third, tapos 2 raised sa 3. Okay, so let's say for example, sunod ko minus 0 equal sa 1. So sir, ba't man minus 0? Let's say sunod ko yung x is equal to 0 sa lahat. Okay, so next is simplify natin further yan. So that is 2 squared, that is 8 minus 2 cube. So complete natin siya. Ilan ba yan? That is 16 minus 2 cube yun, no? So 2 cube is 8. Sorry, 8 lang pala to, no? 2 times 2 is 8. So parang 8 minus 16 over 3. So parang ito ay C times 8 minus 16 over 3 is equal to 1. Okay, then later on, that is simply 24 minus 16, that is, so 24 minus 16, that is 8 over 3. So this is just C times 8 over 3 is equal to 1. So now, manipulate na natin yan, cross multiply, 3 times 1 is 3, then divide by 8. So therefore, what is the value of C? So therefore, C is just equal sa 3 over 8. So therefore, the value of C is just 3 over 8. Okay, so napaka-daling, napaka useful ng ating property. Ayun. So now letter B, solve natin si letter B. Okay, so ang sabi, letter B, find the probability of x greater than 1. Okay, so check, saan siya pasok? Dito ba? Hindi po. Dito po, sir. X is greater than A. So since x greater than 1. So now, ano yung pinakamataas na value ng infinity natin? So infinity is 2, negative infinity is 0. Yun yung pinakamababa at yung pinakamataas. So basically, this is just equal. So by property, this is just equal sa from 1 up to infinity nung f of x dx. Tama? So nilagay ko lang muna yung property. In-apply ko muna yung property. Okay, which is yung a up to infinity f of x dx. Now, input na natin yung ating f of x. Okay, so then yung ating upper boundary, which is 2. So now, ano yung f of x? Bago na yung f of x natin. Bakit? Yung f of x na natin is may 3 over 8 na. So may c na tayo nag-exist. So this is just equal sa integral from 1 up to 2 ng 3 over 8. Kasi lalagay mo na yung value ng c. Okay, then multiplied by 4x minus 2x squared dx. So by this time, wala namang naka-equal sa 1. Okay, so kanina kasi may equal sa 1 kasi ginamit natin yung property na yun. Now, since hinahanap na natin yung probability na x greater than 1, ito na yung gagawin natin. Okay, now, labas ko na lang yung 3 over 8. This is just 3 over 8. Okay, then integrate nung 4x squared minus 2x squared is something na dito ulit, no? So, ayan, meron naman tayo dito. So, again, nagawa na naman natin. Pwede rin kopyahin dito. So, this is just 2x squared minus 2 over 3 x cubed. Okay, then yung value is x is equal to 2, then x is equal to 1. Okay, then from there, apply natin yung ating upper boundary. So this is 3 over 8. Okay, then this is multiplied by, so yung una is just 2 times 2 squared minus 2 over 3 times 2 cube. Okay, minus, so ito meron pa. So this is 2 times 1 squared minus 2 over 3, 1 raised sa 3. Tapos, curly bracket, o curly bracket. So, curly bracket. Okay, so next is something na, so alam natin, ito ay just, ito no, 8 over 3. So, 8 over 3 ito, so ano naman to, this is 2 minus 2 third. 2 minus 2 third is just, so may complete ko na lang ha, 2 minus 2 third, that is 4 over 3. So, this is just 3 over 8 multiplied by, ito ay 8 over 3 minus 4 over 3. Okay, so since parehas sila ang denominator, this is just, ang sagot dito is 4 over 3. So this is just 3 over 8 multiplied by 4 over 3, which is equal sa 1 half. So therefore, the probability of x is greater than or equal to 1 is 1 half. Okay, so ganun yung gamit niya. Okay, so now proceed tayo sa next example para magtuloy-tuloy din tayo sa ating video. So again, natandaan yung mga properties ng ating continuous random variable. Okay, so lipat ko lang. Aray ko. Nakasunod. Gagawin. Okay, so yun no. So, the amount of time in hours that a computer functions before breaking down is continuous random variable. Okay, so tama. Tama naman yung isang computer, hindi natin alam kung hanggang kailan siya, no? So talagang may mga may impact na ba tumagal, depende sa gamit, depende sa usage mo. Okay, then with probability density function given by that. So again, hindi ako sure kung yan talaga yung probability density function para malaman natin kung gaano katagal ang isang computer ha. So again, that is just a probability density function given by this book. So sabi, the f of x is equal to lambda e raised to negative x over 100 for x is greater than or equal to 0 and 0 x is less than 0 whenever x is less than 0. So yun parang otherwise. Okay, so gagamitin natin yung density function sa taas pag greater than 0 or positive yung mga gagamitin natin kasama si 0. Okay, so what is the probability that a computer will function between 50 and 150 hours before breaking down? Then it will function, so what is the probability that it will function for fewer than 100 hours? Okay, so I guess kailangan natin hanapin muna dito si lambda. So parang ayun yung idea, no? Kasi sir, may lambda tayo, hindi natin alam yung value. Okay, so check natin una, no? So for lambda, let us find what is lambda. So una is the integrate. We have integral. Okay, so paano yung magiging value na ito? Since wala tayong boundary na from 0 up to something ganun or 1 up to something. So ito, dahil open talaga lahat, as in lahat ginagamit dito. Actually, hindi. So may ginagamit dito up to start sa 0, pero hindi natin na hanggang saan. So mag-i-start siya sa 0 up to infinity. Okay, nung f of x dx is equal to 1. Okay, so now, ilagay na natin yung ating density function sa loob. So this is just integral 0 up to infinity ng lambda e raised sa negative x over 100 dx is equal to 1. Okay, so ito yung medyo problema. So lalabas na natin si lambda syempre. So this is just lambda integral from 0 up to infinity ng e raised sa negative x over 100 dx is equal to 1. So what is the integral nung e raised to negative x? E raised to negative x over 100. So ang integral niyan is something na, so kung naalala ko, no, ang integral ng e raised to 4x is 1/4. So kung naalala ko, tama ko na pagkakaintindi, that is 1/4 something na ang integral ng e raised sa 4x is 1/4 e raised sa 4x plus c. Okay, so now, ang integral ng e raised sa x over 2 is 2 e raised to x over 2. Okay, so So, hoping na na-visualize nyo yung sinasabi ni sir. So, in this case, ang gagawin natin, so this is just lambda. Then, yung integral nun is something na, since negative 1 over 100 yung ating value, so magiging negative 100 lang siya dito. So, this is negative 100 e raised to negative x over 100. Okay, then lagyan natin ang boundary, which is, boundary niya is x is equal to 0 up to infinity, which is equal to 1. Okay, so again, yan yung ating integral niyan. So now, infinity means i-raise natin sa negative infinity yun. So parang dating dito, this is just equal sa lambda multiplied by negative 100 e raised sa negative infinity over 100. Okay, then minus, that is 0. So negative 100 e raised sa 0. So this is negative 100 e raised sa 0 over 100 na lang. Okay, is equal to 1. Okay, so note na ito, e raised to 0 is 1. So this is 100 na lang. In this case naman, negative infinity over 100, that is still negative infinity. Then e raised to negative infinity. So again, ano yung e raised sa negative infinity? This is just equal sa 1 over e raised sa infinity, in which as n approaches infinity, or as larger, as lumalaki to, ano mangyari? Lumalaki yung ilalim. So the more na lumalaki denominator, nag-a-approach siya sa 1. Okay, so dapat naturo na, nag-a-approach siya sa 0. Okay, so the more na lumalaki si denominator, the more na lumiliit yung fraction, which is approaching to 0. So meaning, itong part na to, yung e raised to negative infinity up to 100, that is just 0. Okay, so this is just lambda multiply negative 100 times 0. This is negative 100 times 0. Then negative times negative, this is plus 100 times 1. Kasi 1 yun. Then equal to sa 1. Okay, so therefore, ano yung value niya? So, this is just 100. Then divide both side by 100. This is just lambda is just equal sa 1 over 100. Okay, so may value na tayo ng lambda. So again, lambda pa lang yung nasolve natin. Wala pa yung mismo kailangan natin solve, which is A and B. So yun, medyo hirap. So una is letter A. So interpret ko lang in terms of number. So for letter A, so let's say what is the probability of in between 50? So in between doon ng 50 less than x, let's say yan yung ating random variable, then 150. Okay, so ayan yung magiging value na. So this is just simply equal sa, so tuloy ko na lang, no? So this is just equal sa integral from 50 up to 150. Tapos lagay ko na yung lambda, which is 1 over 100. Then multiply by e raised to negative x over 100 dx. Okay, so automatic lalabas na lang natin to, tapos integrate natin dyan. So since may integral naman na tayo nun, so which is ito yan, so madali na lang yan. So hoping na, so this is just 1 over 100, then multiplied by, una is integral, so ito yung in-integral, nilabas kay 1 over 100, as in-integrate ko na. So this is negative 100 e raised to negative x over 100. Okay, then from x is equal to 150, or baliktad, from x equal to 50 up to 150. Okay, then I think calculate ko na lang para mapabilis tayo, no? So once kinalculate niya, that is simply equal sa negative 150 over 100, that is negative 3 over 2. So dito naman negative 50 over 100, that is something. So again, labas ko muna to negative 100, pwede naman. Negative 100 divided by 100 is, that is only negative. Then multiplied by e raised to negative 150 over 100 minus e raised to negative 50 over 100. Okay, so hoping na nagets mo ba't nagkaroon negative. Yung negative 100 na yan, since parehas lang naman siya sa dalawa, inilabas ko na lang din. Okay, so pwede naman talaga yung ganun. Kaso nga lang kanina nalagay ko dito eh. Okay, so now is yung e raised to negative 150. Okay, so sorry, maliit na sulat, sir. Negative 150 over 100 is negative 3 over 2 minus e raised to negative something. So, ang mangyari, magiging positive to, magiging negative to. So, something na simplify ko. This is e raised sa negative 1 half minus e raised sa negative 3 over 2. So, kung ikakalculate nyo, that is simply approximately 0.384. So this is approximately 0.384. So yan yung kanyang probability na mabuhay siya between, or magpa-function siya between 50 to 150 hours before breaking down. So yan yung para sa letter A. Okay? So now para sa letter B, I think hindi ko na kasi mapagkakasya, saka medyo mahaba na rin si video. Pero I guess solve na rin natin para medyo madali. Okay, so again para sa letter B, since fewer than 100 hours, so I guess dito ako nalagay, no. So for letter B, shortcutin ko na lang muna. Pwede naman siguro. This is the probability fewer than 100 hours. So this is x less than 100. In which, pag in-interpret, this is integral up to 100, then up to 0. Sir, bakit 0? 0 kasi yung pinakamababang number para dun sa ating PDF. Okay, so napansin mo 0 din dito. Okay, so since 0 siya, lagay ko dito yung 1 over 100, syempre. This is 1 over 100 e raised to negative x over 100 then dx. Okay, so pag kinompute nyo, this is just approximately, sabi nung calcu, kayo na din mag-compute kasi hindi kulang sa space. This is 0.633. Okay, so ito yung ating value niyan. Okay, so paki-compute na lang din. Pasensya na kasi hindi ko na papagkasya. Okay, so lastly, para matapos itong video na to, medyo mahaba na rin. So the lifetime in hours of a certain kind of radio tube is a random variable having a probability density function. So again, pag sinabing probability density function, alam mo na siya ay continuous random variable. Okay, so given by f of x equal to 0, tapos isa is 100 over x squared. So sabi, 0 siya pag x less than or equal to 100. Okay, so pababa doon, then siya ay 100 over x squared whenever siya x is greater than 100. So kung napansin mo, no, otherwise siya pag below 100, pero pag pataas, so meaning 101, 102, automatic siya ay merong probability which is ito, 100 over x squared. Okay, so depende sa gagawin. Okay, so I guess what is the probability that exact 2 out of 5 such tube in a radio set will have to be replaced within the first 150 hours of operation? Okay, so kung titignan mo, no, medyo paano po imagine yan. So right away po by solve namin. Kaso ito yung tanong, what is the probability that exactly 2 out of 5 such tube in a radio test? Okay, so 2 out of tube. So meaning, may iba pa siyang bagay na tinutukoy. So since 2 out of 5, so meaning para siyang something na discrete. Kasi 2 out of 5 eh. Okay, so ito ay isang idea kung saan pinagsama siyang continuous random variable sa isang discrete random variable. Okay, so again, kasi what is the probability exactly 2 out of 5 tubes in the radio set will have replaced within the first 150 hours. Okay, so unahin ko muna dito siguro isolve yung ating function o yung f of x natin. Okay, so para siya yung gagamitin natin PMF, or kailangan kasi natin ng probability kasi 2 out of 5 siya. So parang kung ano ko siya ay binomial. So nakikita ko siya as binomial kasi para siyang independent. So binomial random variable siya. So sir, bakit? May n tayo which is equal to 5, tapos k is equal to 2. So yun tinutukoy niya. Okay, so ngayon, ang gusto niya kasi what is the probability that exactly 2 out of 5 such tube in the radio set will have to be replaced within the first 150 hours of operation. So yan yung pinapa-compute sa atin. Kaso ito problema, hindi natin alam kung ano yung probability. Tapos yung ating, so yung 1 minus p. So ang tanong, what is p? Tapos ano yung 1 minus p? Ito yung hinahanap. In which, ito yung isa-solve ni continuous random variable. Bakit? Itong f of x na yun is yung function na yun, yung probability na yun. Okay, kasi ang goal natin is isolve natin yung probability. So again, anong probability pinapasolve natin? Yung probability na siya ay x is greater than equal to 150. Okay, so parang ganoon siya. So up to 150. So meaning mag-start tayo 0 up to 150. Okay, so paano natin gagawin dyan? Ang gagawin natin dito ay actually, sorry, since ito yung gagawin natin PDF, start tayo sa 100 up to 150. Ayun yung gagawin natin. Kaso, syempre, declare muna natin para makita nyo rin, no? Pakita ko muna siya isang discrete random variable o binomial random variable. So, mag-let tayo. Let e sub I be the event. So, be the events for I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So yan yung mga random variable o yung event na kung saan sa yung unang tube, exactly ito yung tube 1, tube 2, tube 3, tube 4, and tube 5. Okay, so now, ang pinapakuha sa atin is what is the probability of P of I, P of E sub I. So, ano yung probability nila kada isa? Kasi independent sila lahat. Okay, so independent sila sa kada isa. So, hindi naman pwedeng, okay, pagkapas, palitan ko na agad, or may epekto siya sa isa. Walang epekto kada isang tube yan kasi radius at siya. So, ang gagawin natin is just, kunin natin yung integral nito, in which pag in-interpret, this is just integral up to negative infinity. Tapos, syempre, since 150 hours, this is 150 hours nung f of x dx. Okay, so this is just equal sa integral, since negative infinity is just 100, kasi yun yung pinakamababa, this is 100 up to 150 nung f of x. So what is f of x? This is just 100 over x squared dx. So ang pinakamadali ko nakikita, ilabas natin yung 100, tapos yung 1 over x squared, gawin natin x raised to negative 2 para power rule na lang tayo agad. So this is just equal sa, labas ko si 100, this is just integral from 100 up to 150 ng x raised to negative 2 dx. Okay, then integral niyan, integrate yan, that is plus 1, that's negative 1, so that is 1 over x, or negative 1 over x, I guess. So this is just equal sa 100, integral nun is x raised to negative 2 plus 1, which is x raised to negative 1 over negative 1. So this is just equal sa negative, so gawin ko lang ganito, this is negative 1 over x. Then, from x is equal to 100 up to x is equal to 150. Okay, so this is just equal sa 100 multiplied by negative 1 over 150 minus of negative niyan, that is plus ng 1 over 100. So, sir, ba't naging plus? Kasi minus of negative, that is plus. Okay, so compute lang natin yan. What is that? That is negative 1 over 100, 150, then plus 1 over 100, that is 1 over 300. So since 1 over 300 siya, this is just equal sa 100 times 1 over 300, which is just equal sa 1/3. Okay, so meaning ang P natin is 1/3. So ano yung ating 1 minus P? 1 minus P natin is just 2/3. Okay, since alam natin na siya ay isang discrete, since alam natin na siya ay yung 2 out of 5, so kumbaga siya ay binomial random variable na ito yung pinapatake natin. So whenever this is just a probability, since a binomial random variable siya, a binomial random variable for x is equal to 2. Okay, so this is just equal sa n taken k. Okay, tapos yung ating P. Okay, so parang yung P raised to n minus k. So, n minus k. Tapos, 1 minus P raised sa, I guess this is k, or, parang baliktad ako. Okay, k to. P raised to k, tapos ito ay n minus k. Baliktad ako. P raised to k. So, k natin dito is 2. So, substitute lang natin yan. No? So, this is just 5 taken 2. Then, this is just 1/3 raised sa, this is 2. Then, this is just 2/3 raised sa 3. Kasi 5 minus 2 is 3. So, pag kinumpute natin sa calcu, kasi yung tanong so, what is the probability that exactly 2 out of 5 such tube in a radio set will have to be replaced within the first 150 hours of operation? Okay, so again, yung idea ni continuous random variables is pupasok doon. Pero, syempre, ang totality ng tanong natin is something na independence nila or something yung binomial. So, since independent sila individually kada radio tube, so, kailangan natin i-check yun. Okay, so, ganun, ito yung medyo tricky dito. So, hindi mo alam kung kailan gagamitin. Pero, syempre, kailangan pakiramdaman mo rin na baka ito lang ba. So, hindi kasi pwedeng sapat lang na, sir, hinanap ko na itong probability na 1/3. Yan na ba yun? Hindi. Kasi ang tanong is yung 2 out of 5. Okay, so pumapasok pa ibang idea dito. Okay. So, pag kinumpit to, this is 5 taken 2 times 1/3 raised to 2, then times 2/3 raised to 3. This is just equal sa 80 over 240. 80 over 243. So, ito yung kanyang probability na makuha siya. Okay? So, that's all para sa ating introduction para sa continuous random variable. So, sorry, medyo humaba siya. Then, Again, yung idea lang niya is yung properties, tapos something na may touch. So, talagang naglagay na ako dito ng ganito para huwag kayo magulat na, sir, bakit may ganun? Ba't may halo siya? So, talagang may halo to minsan na discrete random variable kasi nga, minsan, yung mismong probability, sinusolve natin using continuous kasi continuous yung mga parts niya. Okay, pero yung ibang idea, let's say yung mga numbering o yung something na situational, usually pasok kila binomial, kila Poisson, kila hypergeometric, ando doon sila lahat. Okay, so tandaan yan. So again, thank you for watching. Hoping na may natutunan ka.